The Enlightenment, a transformative intellectual movement that swept across Europe in the 18th century, marked a shift in the way humanity understood itself and the world. The belief in the power of human reason, scientific inquiry, and individual liberty is the key to transformations in the old system, including absolute monarchy, critical thinking, empirical observation, and the pursuit of knowledge also led to revolutionary advancements in astronomy, medicine, physics, philosophy, and politics. The legacy of the Enlightenment continues to shape our modern world, influencing our understanding of human rights, promoting rationalism, and striving us towards equality, justice, and liberty. Under the influence of the scientific revolution, thinkers started to review the social system at the time rationally and criticize unfair phenomena, and started the Enlightenment, also known as the Age of Reason. The Enlightenment is mainly about ideas that enabled people to get rid of ignorance, superstitions, and prejudice. The Enlightenment, different thinkers were eager to suggest different ideas, such as people born equal and free, rationality, human rights, etc. Here are two famous thinkers, Voltaire and Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Voltaire was a French writer and philosopher. He proposed freedom of speech and religious tolerance. Meanwhile, Rousseau was a Swiss philosopher whose work on society, education, and politics had a great impact on the French Revolution and modern political philosophy. More thoroughly, thinkers wrote books to suggest their opinions sometimes directly or indirectly. For example, Candide, written by Voltaire, satirizes the huge gap between the world and the way it is philosophically and religiously explained. It also tells that all is not for the best, and that this is not the best of all possible worlds. Evil serves no teleological purpose, and that optimism is absurd. Even quotes in the books express ideas of the author, such as, "My friend," said the orator to him, "do you believe the Pope to be Antichrist?" "I have not heard it," answered Candide, "but whether he be, or whether he be not, I want bread." "Thou dost not deserve to eat," said the other. "Begone, rogue, begone, wretch, do not come near me again." Another example is, liberty is consistent with absolute necessity, for it was necessary we should be free, or in short, the determinate will. The last example is, "Alas," said Candide, "dear Pangloss has often demonstrated to me that the goods of this world are common to all men, and that each has an equal right to them." These three sentences respectively promote justice, liberty, and human rights. Also, the social contract, written by Rousseau, theorizes about how to establish legitimate authority in a political community, that is, one compatible with individual freedom in the face of the problems of capitalist society, such as distribution of wealth, which Rousseau had already identified in his discourse on equality. In the book The Social Contract, different quotes can also be found, such as, "The strongest is never strong enough to be always the master, unless he transforms the strength into right, and obedience into duty." Another example is, "When citizens would rather serve with their money than with their persons, the state is not far from its fall." Lastly, in respect of riches, no citizen shall ever be wealthy enough to buy another, and none poor enough to be forced to sell himself. These three sentences, respectively, promotes the rights and duty, and also it talks about the division of wealth. The Enlightenment also promotes rationalism, individualism, skepticism, progress, tolerance, human rights, etc. Let me explain some of them. Rationalism. The Enlightenment makes people believe in the power of reason to understand and shape the world. They support the use of science, logic, and empirical evidence as the primary sources of knowledge. Individualism. The movement emphasizes the importance of the individual and individual rights. They advocated for individual freedom, inherent dignity, and autonomy of every person. Finally, about the human rights. The Enlightenment laid the foundation for the modern concept of human rights, including the freedom of press, speech, and equality before the law. Absolute monarchy was popular in Europe during the 17th and 18th centuries. Kings were forced to be God's representatives, and their power was holy. However, thinkers during the Enlightenment thought that the power should belong to the people instead of the rulers. Absolute monarchy was transitioned to enlightened monarchy as a response. The power of the king was turned out to do things for the people's good. The Enlightenment's legacy serves as a powerful reminder that knowledge, reason, and human curiosity has the potential to transform the world into a better one. Let us draw inspiration from the Enlightenment's commitment to reason, individual rights, and the pursuit of knowledge to create the so-called utopia, an ideal society together. Thank you.